Hey guys, it's that witch dude. Yeah, surprise second video 2 days in a row. That's pretty cool. So I did make a post earlier this week, like yesterday, I think, like on Tuesday, that I was gonna do a Q&A. So that's what I'm doing. I went around my comment sections and looked for like questions, and then I sort of just made a list of them that people gave me. So yeah. Also, a lot of these questions also came from people that I work with, so, yeah. And it was mostly for, like, religious, foster care reasons, and, like, general silly questions, like my favorite color, so yeah. But the purpose of this video is to educate people about me and what I focus on, what I study, what I practice, what I do, and what I like. So with that, let's get into it. Okay, so I had to take some time and look through the list, and right now I'm starting with torn page first. I took a little piece of this page off right down there for writing a note to somebody, so that was really cool. So we're gonna go with page 1. I'm calling this page 1 even though it's technically page 2, technically. Yeah, this one has like some really good questions, and a lot of the other ones are smaller questions that can go with all of these ones. Okay. Alright, so this person asked me, what made you believe in your religion? And it goes well with this other one. Hold on. Oh, wait, no, it's not there. Okay, it's on page 2. Okay, my bad, guys, sorry. So, basically, someone asked me, like, what made you believe in your religion? And, like, that will go into the question later on where I'm gonna, like, find it and talk about other things about my religion. So, why do I believe in my religion? When I was younger, in, like, 2nd grade, this teacher that I will not name, like, was, like, of course she was Christian, okay, so, like, get the thing is, alright, so, like, my cousin who, like, practices Christianity to the T will agree with me that this was the most stupid thing ever, okay? She was basically like, oh, well, kids, we used to think that there was multiple gods, and then we found out there was just one. And then that made me look at, like, Greek mythology, and I was like, oh, that makes no sense at all. That we just found out. So then I was like, atheist for a while. I was never a Christian in the first place. I was always atheist because I was like, this sounds so dang stupid. And literally, it was stupid. It was the most stupid thing I have ever heard in my entire life on that subject. Ever. Ever. So here I am, atheist for a little while. And then my beautiful grandmother, alright, who does tarot reading here and there, alright, who's also Christian, alright, but she's cool. Does other religious stuff, kind of. And, like, she gave my first deck of tarot cards, which I'm pretty sure I still have them. Like, they're the Dragon Tarot, alright? Dang. Unfortunately, they're covered with my worship jewelry right now, so I gotta, like, really pay attention to what I'm doing. Okay, please don't fall. Please do fall, but gently, please, okay? Don't fall off the thing. Okay, please. Okay. These guys. And I love this tarot deck so much. It's beautiful. But that, and also she got my first ever piece of quartz, alright? And I was like, oh, I like this a lot. So I really started out, like, in, like, the, you know, I'm interested. I like witchcraft movies, and, like, I like the aesthetic of sorcery, and, like, The Craft is, like, a really good movie, alright? Then, I started, like, worshipping gods. I was, like, trying to reach out to the Mexican/Aztec pantheon, because, like, at the beginning of my practice, I didn't know that was a closed practice, and I was like, oh, but then I ended up worshipping deities that were similar to those deities, aspect and dominion-wise, not, like, religious-wise, but, like, dominion, what they rule over aspects, and I was like, oh, okay, it was y'all the whole time, alright, so that's cool. So, yeah. And that then ties into the question, wait, hold on. Yeah. Then, Alright, then I need to continue because I forgot. So then I started being like a crystal girly, okay? I was like collecting crystals left, right, and center. Every single time I could go to a metaphysical store, I would. A metaphysical store, jeez. I have my mom stutter, so like, it's really bad, okay? Like, the R's and W's. Yeah. So I went to a metaphysical store. Okay, for me it's like the and F sounds. To a metaphysical store, okay? And I just like went around and I was like buying stuff here and there, like, I like these crystals, I like all of this. Then like the collecting crystals part, which I do miss. I do love missing, especially in Wichita, where I used to live. Alright, I used to love going into the metaphysical stores and like looking at all the crystals. There were some that I couldn't get that I really wish I had gotten instead of like the other ones that I got. I saw like blue obsidian, I was like, I want that. I want that so bad. And then I also wanted some honey calcite, but I couldn't afford it because I wanted something else. But then I regretted that. I love honey calcite, it's pretty. So then I sort of like traversed through foster care after a little while, and it was really bad. Like, I was in foster care a long time before I discovered my religious beliefs. So it was like a long time before that. It was like, and when I was entering foster homes rather than group homes. I was in one group home, which I will not name drop, but then I got put in 2 foster homes. So, yeah. And that's when I really started to, like, get into my religion, alright? Was because I just needed, like, an outlet, and I was already into that spiritual stuff. I was like, you know what? I have all this, like, spiritual stuff, and some people in my life do crystal stuff, too, so might as well look all of it up. And I went on a trip, okay? I was like, oh, I'm Wiccan, but I never once identified with Wiccan beliefs, so, like, I just, like, said I was pagan the whole time. So, yeah, that ended up being what I was then, was pagan. So, yeah, and I still am, to this day. And will be from now on, of course. Okay. That's good. Okay. So after that, I started, like, going on, like, this spiritual journey. I thought I was, like, praying to this one god, but then I was like, then I was like, oh, then I found my entire godhead. Well, almost entirely. I haven't figured out my mercurial worship yet, so that's in the banks. But right now I'm building on my godhead more. So that really, like, got me through it. And the reason why I believe in what I do is just I believe in what I do. I did not come from, like, a religious background at all. I had, like, no background before that. Someone asked me about, like, my religious background. I had no religious background. I already found one, and I went to that one, and I stayed with that one for my whole life. And I still am. And I just wanted to go there on that religion that I followed. So that's one thing that got me through foster care, because when I tell you I was like super depressed, and foster care also helped. Okay, I'm one of the lucky ones. I'll get about that later. That's probably like my next question, I think. Yeah. So I'll probably get into that one right now. So yeah, this and foster care directly goes together, so I'm just gonna put those together. I'm sorry if I'm pausing too much and saying alright too much. I'm just, yeah, this video came out of nowhere, and it's really hard to, like, word all of these and how to go, because none of them are in order, alright? So, this next question is, like, how did you work through foster care? Okay, so, I was at a group home, alright? And at the group home, there's obviously more than one person. We had, boys' floor, girls' floor. That changed eventually, but, that's like a story for, like, my foster care rant, which that's gonna be a video series of me, like, doing that, because the staff I was with, I remembered to, like, because they told me to make a video about it and talk about being in foster care, and I'm gonna do that. So this question was, how did I work through foster care? It was largely myself and me standing up for myself. When I was in the group home, I had no voice, And then, like, I never cussed, I never swore, I never said fuck or like shit. And eventually I started doing that. I was like becoming a rebel because I was around actual people, like human beings who weren't judging me for like anything because they were insane like me. And I was like, whoa, these people are cool. Y'all are nothing like what I'm used to. I'm used to like not much or people hating on me for no reason whatsoever. And I was just like, wow, this is cool. And then I made friends with the foster people, which also, my foster staff, they were also some of the reasons why I got into my craft too. Why I got into paganism and witchcraft. So yeah, you know who you are, one foster worker, if you're watching this. So that really helped me out. Was like the workers were like so nice. Most of them were. Some of them, I wanted to chin check them so bad. Oh my gosh, don't even start. Yet again, that's a story for like a whole different time. But this elbow, I wanted to just like, but I didn't do that. I'm not promoting violence. Don't do that unless they put hands on you first. So how I got through foster care was with that. That's a very lucky experience. I acknowledge the fact that I'm an incredibly lucky person when it comes to foster care, because oh my gosh, it gets so bad, like literally so bad. It gets so bad, trust. And how I got through foster care was I stood up for myself. I was like, you're not going to do that. You're not gonna make me go to that therapist that I didn't like that one time. You're not gonna like stop me from seeing this therapist just because you're upset that I'm smack talking you about true facts and you're just too egotistical to acknowledge that. So yeah, whenever you stick up for yourself, because I'm a Libra, okay, alright? I'm not one of those pamsy-damsy, like, astrological Libras, okay? I'm a PGM Libra. Thank you very much, alright? I am peaking on lovey-dovey. Which I really need to, like, make a video about that. Oh my gosh, I need to make a video about the zodiac signs and Libra stuff. But yeah, I was like, you're not going to take advantage of me. I'm tired of this. I already have been taken advantage of my entire life, and you are not going to continue doing that. That's why I'm, like, so strong with my boundaries. I'm like, if you're not going to be a good person, then leave me alone. So me working through foster care was me going to that group home at first, which I spent like a long time there, like a year probably. It was an amazing group home. Amazing, but crazy. It was like a reality TV show, like the Kardashians level stuff. It was drama. There was so much drama. And that drama also got me through foster care because I just loved the drama. I love when anything has like a shocking twist, like oh my gosh, his best friend is sleeping with his wife, and I was like that stuff, like the whole like tea, because at my foster home, at my group home actually, the absolute tea and drama was so crisp. It was juicy every single day. It was non-stop, just tea all the time, like whole sipperoonie. I have like this huge like mug. That mug would be overflowing like a lot. It would take 10 mugs to, if not more, to collect all the tea that I could spill right now in this video, which I will eventually. It's gonna be a series on foster care. So yeah, foster care. Yeah, I have a few problems with it now, but it really did help me. And how I went through foster care and how I got through it is very much like how I did it. I just spoke up for myself, and I was like, I'm not letting this happen to me. You're moving me out of this house as soon as possible because they're abusive, okay? And you're letting me out. And one of my biggest get-throughs with foster care, like how any sort of like bad time in my life has been, I just turned to my religion. I started doing paganism whenever I entered my first foster home, and I really dove into it. I always labeled myself as pagan, but then I really fell into that pagan stance whenever I started worshiping Hecate and Cernunnos and Sekhmet, and that's just what put me into it. But like, I was living with a Jehovah's Witness. I don't know why we're letting people like Jehovah's Witnesses be foster parents. at all. Okay? But, like, it was that foster home and, like, a little bit of the group home that made me, like, are you serious? Are you dead serious right now? Like, and have boundaries. I was like, oh my gosh, like, that's, like, someone going up to you, like, I swear, like, the amount of disrespect, like, oh my gosh, it's like somebody going up to you and asking you if you like it in the butt. That's literally how it was every single time I felt disrespected, because I was like, I'm not doing anything. I'm literally being chill, and just because I looked at you one time, because I thought you were talking to me, then you yelled at me for looking at you, you can't just raise your voice and be like, no, while everybody's doing something, because everybody's gonna look at you like you're crazy. So yeah, that was my main thing for foster care, is like, stick up for yourself. Just stick up for yourself. Find a religion, find a hobby that you love doing. I love my religion. It's a hobby as much as it's a craft. There's a lot of hobbies you can do for paganism, like really, like bone collecting, drawing, painting, wasp nest collecting. Y'all want to see my gigantic jar of wasp nest? I love this thing so much. And my little toad guy. He's my little incense stick holder. He's very curious looking. My friend gave him to me because he didn't like him. Okay. And this, okay, now I'm going to move on, because foster care, yeah, sucked, but also was very nice. I met, like, a lot of good people through foster care. This person asked me, what is the most transformative moment in your life? When I went in foster care. I guarantee y'all, if I had not gone through foster care, I would have, like, just saying, oh my gosh, I was miserable in that current housing spot. Oh my gosh, you know who you are. You know who you are. Just saying. And then, yeah, I went through, like, a very transformative moment in my life going through foster care, because I used to be so shy and so insecure because people hated me for being who I was, alright? Especially when, like, we're family, alright? Yeah. And people just hated on me for, like, no reason, because I was different, because I was weird, because I was hyper, and, like, forcing me to be in a shell I did not want to be in. So then when I retaliated, and then they just, like, gave me away. They just gave me away. Didn't want to improve, just wanted to throw me away after abusing me, after wanting me around so bad. They wanted to show my emotion. That's what got me. I was like, that, like, put me in such a bad mind state, made me so angry and bitter at the world. Like, how could this person say they love me so much and then beg for me, want me back, are toxic towards everybody else around me, and then I show emotion and defend myself, and then you just discard me because you can't handle me being mad at you because of something you were doing that is horrible. Yeah, that was a very transformative moment. Holy hell, very transformative moment in my life. So yeah, then I went to foster care. I technically was in 2 group homes, I guess. I was in this one. It was like the base. I was gonna name it, but, like, I decided not to. But it was like my first one. It was like my base home. They had, like, big TV, nice rooms. Just one staff gave me this one line: if they don't like you and for no reason and they're mean, fuck them. Like the quote that I got from her was fuck them. And I swear, like, I don't repeat it at all, but it's, like, ingrained in my brain. I swear it is. It's like the whole 6-7 thing. It's, like, in your brain. Sorry to brain rot y'all even more, but still, it's in my brain. The whole, like, fuck them. It's in my brain. Because literally, I don't understand why people can't be nice to each other. Oh my gosh, it is not that hard to be a decent human being to people. Oh my gosh. It really is not, alright? Like, if they're horrible, yeah, you can get a little ticked off, but it's really not that hard to, like, not be rude to people. If you don't like them, just be quiet. People. I'm sorry, but I get really mad at this sometimes. This is a ranting video. It's gonna be a very long video, possibly. Maybe, like, 30 to 40 minutes. This goes into, like, my biggest regret I don't really think I have any biggest regrets. I guess I could, like, say, like, me taking out, like, my anger on people, or, like, just being bad to people, because, like, or, like, just hating on people because I thought, like, things were going on which wasn't even my fault at all. Those things were not my fault, and yet I was, like, blaming myself, and I still do that here and there, but I really don't. I rarely ever have these episodes where I'm like, I used to, like, whenever, like, I was really anxious. This was when I was on a place like this yet again, was what happened when I was in foster care. And I had, like, this really good therapist, best therapist I had ever had in my entire life. The one before that always gave me the exact same spiel and never listened to me. Like, I'm having, like, this Christian therapist being the best person I've ever met in my entire life, and they never hated on me for my religion once ever. At all, and they were genuinely intrigued by it and wanted to learn more so they could, like, learn more about people like me in case people like me showed up. I love her for that. Alright. For that, always. Best therapist ever. One of my best friends ever. But my old therapist, this guy, like, was like that. Like, he looked like the guy who made Jurassic Park. Like, not like the person who made the movie, but like the character who was in Jurassic Park with, like, a little amber mosquito staff. I'm pretty sure it was Hannon, I think. I don't know. But he looked like that guy. And he was really bad at his job. Really bad at his job. Then I'm pretty sure I had, like, another one after that who's also bad at his job. I never even talked to him once about personal stuff. So, yeah. So, yeah, that was my biggest regret, like, not standing up for myself. But then my therapist, my beautiful therapist, who was amazing, decided, you know what, I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to help you learn that it's not your fault because you are just a person who's been through trauma and you're not mentally ill like people say you are. And I was like, yay, thank you so much. Okay. The most interesting thing that happened in foster care, back to foster care, that's a question right here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This was a crack trip. This was like a roller coaster. I'm not promoting drugs. I'm not promoting drugs. This video's gonna get demonetized. I really do not care. I don't make money off of YouTube anyways. It's a hobby. So, like, yeah. Oh my gosh, foster care being in that one group home. Biggest roller coaster. Like I said, the most interesting thing was the drama. There's always drama. Even if you're in a foster home, like, it's just drama. And it's scary sometimes. It's just non-stop. Something is always happening. And you're always like, ooh, oh no, yes. Like, I remember this one time, the 4th of July. It was so bad. I'm sorry, but, like, I was at this group home, okay? The 4th of July. It was chaos incarnate. And I was only there for, like, half of it. Then I went inside to my room and ate Jolly Rancher gummies. I'm gonna get into that story, like, eventually. Because I'm gonna do it, like, on the 4th of July, probably. But, like, the 4th of July, I never remember the fireworks. I never remember the drinks. Like, the drinks that are soda, not the other kind of thing. Okay. Jeez. I feel like I have to, like, clarify that. YouTube is so sensitive. And, like, after all the drinks and all the fireworks, I don't remember any of that stuff. I remember the drama and the chaos. The chaos, the pure chaos. Alright. It was beautiful. It was peak cinema. I am telling you, being in a group home is so dramatic, and if you can't handle the stimulation, worst place to be. But if you're there for the drama, you're like, ooh, that's good. That's how it feels. And what else do we have? Do you have any other foster care questions? Because I could definitely go. This could go into, like, my pet peeves and bad habits thing, I think. I don't know. Oh, what are my problems with foster care? Okay. And how did I get into my religion? I already talked about how I got into my religion, so yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna, like, finish up the foster care ones, and then I'm gonna, like, this is the last foster care one, and then yeah, I'm gonna go to the silly questions, which I could have started with first, but I wanted to get the more important stuff done. Like, this is the get to know me video. If you relate to it, you can relate to it. If you don't relate to it, you don't have to relate to it. Just scroll on if you don't like me. All right. What are my problems with foster care? Ooh, okay. Foster care, it's not good. Just saying. I will say this firmly and with fear. I am one of the lucky ones when it comes to foster care. I am so incredibly lucky because I have someone that I could live with permanently that is a biological family member that wouldn't throw me out the moment I turned 18, who actually cares about me. And I'd be like, oh, there's people like that in foster care. No, there's not. And if there is, there's barely any of them. Foster care, it's not good. That's why I'm like, oh my god. That's why I hate, this is another thing that could go to my pet peeves category, but I hate when people are like, oh my god, if you don't want to get an abortion, just give the baby to foster care. Which, I could talk about abortion being healthcare for a while now, as a person who's purple politics. Yeah. But, like, I just, like, hear people say, you can put it up for adoption in foster care, and I'm like, dude, as somebody who's been in foster care, you've clearly never done research on foster care. And y'all do know that, like, the woman like, the mother of adoption, of modern day adoption, was a baby murderer. Yeah. So y'all can, like, screw off and do your research, please. So that's one of my biggest already things with foster care, is that it's quite literally based on the suffering of children, and it's been that way for a long time. Because I'm one of the lucky ones. Like, I'm one of the lucky ones who was not born in foster care or put into foster care at an incredibly young age. I think I was like, maybe like 16 or 15 when I went into foster care, I think. I don't know. It was a while, because I was in there for like 4-ish years. Yeah, I think I was like 14, I think, when I went into foster care. Alright, I'm 18 now, so, like, yeah, 4 years in foster care. Probably more than that. And I just went through so much. Like, I witnessed my friends getting hurt, my favorite staff getting hurt, people around me being horrible and mean and evil, like, extreme drug use, and that was the lucky experience. That was the lucky experience compared to being groomed or molested or, like, tossed around. That was nothing compared to what people who were born in foster care could experience for that long. And it is also, like, the constant changing of housing. You have to, like, adapt to everything. You have to adapt to going everywhere and anywhere at a peak's moment notice. And the main issue that I have with foster care is the housing. The housing is never good. Ever. Okay? Jeez. Yeah, like I said, I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm one of the lucky people who did not get a foster parent who beat me, or hurt me in other ways, or molested me or raped me at all. I did not get in a single home like that. But there are homes like that. There is a lot of homes like that who are full of evil people who they let be foster parents. Also, I hate this because they have this system where, like, the really rich foster parents who look nice and they have, like, nice reviews are horrible people. They are always horrible people. They are absolutely evil people. And the first foster care house that I could go into, I wasn't even allowed in the living room. I was confined to my room all day, then was berated for not doing anything. You literally lock me in my room, and I'm like, here playing with my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, which I still have. I love Yu-Gi-Oh. I'll make a gaming video soon. And you're just feeding me microplastic dinner meals every single night that I make myself, and you call me lazy. And, of course, they put me in with a Jehovah's Witness. What are y'all on? I am genuinely concerned. Because y'all are not on the meds you put us on. Which I'm going to get into that after this, okay? Because, with the meds, alright? Not that, the other one, this one, alright? With the meds, okay? Like, dude, it was not it. Like, but, like, the really, like, poor, low-quality ones, they're always really nice people, but their houses are terrible. They have horrible houses. Like, this man gave us moldy bread and always had his house at, like, 1,000 degrees. Also Jehovah's Witness, but a lot cooler and less strict. So, yeah. But seriously, like, all these really good foster care people, all of them are evil. They are evil people. They are greedy, evil people. All the money, speaking of money, all the money that you would send your foster care child if you were a relative, all that money that you send to your child never goes to them. Ever. Any penny, every cent is used by the foster care people to buy brand new Broncos and refrigerators because their old refrigerator had too many fingerprints on it, which they could have just washed off. Yeah. Buying new refrigerators because there's fingerprints on it. That's what the money goes to. That is what the money goes to. None of that money went to me for me to, like, defend myself or to buy anything for me. And they'll give you treats here and there, like, oh, we're gonna go somewhere nice. But that's because they need to do that so they have a good review. But they're terrible people. Yep. I couldn't practice my religion openly. I had to wait till they were gone to do it properly. My altars had been under my bed. And when I tell you the school stuff, oh my gosh. These people have full working cars, plenty of gas, but they'll make you walk miles. I mean miles. Just to get to school. I woke up at 5:30 in the morning every single day to get to school on time. Barely. And almost get hit by cars because people in Wichita cannot drive. Like, whenever you see the white person, not like the skin tone, but like the white figurine, the color white figurine, the light that has the person walking, that does not mean turn. That means wait until you are ready to turn. The amount of times I've almost gotten ran over because you can't check your mirror and look to your left, to your right, to pull over somewhere is genuinely insane. I, as a human being, have the right of way over your stupid Suburban, which I will slash tires, I'm just saying. Like, this stupid, dumb bitch fucking almost hit me because she didn't look. She didn't hit her brakes. And then this one guy who was bicycling in front of me when it was our right of way, he got hit by a car. This old man, like, turned into him while this guy's on his bike and knocked him off his bike. And it was like, what did I do? Like, in the car. Are you insane? I swear, old people should not be allowed to drive half the time. Alright? Neither should people at 16. I feel like 21 is when, like, everything should be there. 21's the age. You get your act, you get your can, you get your license, you get your pew-pew. With extensive background checks, by the way. We need more background checks on pew-pews, please. Just saying. Damn, other problems with foster care is the mental health. The mental health. The people will be like, oh, we're gonna give you this medication to, like, help you. They gave me medication used to knock out military vets for my anxiety. And guess what that did? It made me crazy. It made me insane. I don't know exactly what medication that they're putting them on, but, like, we should not be giving children medication at all unless it's an absolute necessary, because that literally, all those meds they were giving me were relaxers that I could have gone high off of. Yeah, just saying. And they were, like, there's, like, this one where, like, it, like, abruptly stops the hoop in your brain. So, like, here's, like, your hoop. When, like, you get anxious, okay, it's spinning, but, like, the medication I got, like, stops it abruptly, which, that's horrible to do to your brain, by the way. Also, that's staying off my head, it's so itchy. But, like, that's a horrible thing to do. And then these kids who are children, have more prone to getting drug addictions, which harms them. And these meds make them do horrible things. These meds made me crazy and lazy and, like, unfocused. And I still face the side effects here and there because I was forced to take them. I remember the first time I had one of my pills, one of my meds, and I felt so abnormally drugged up. I felt like, you know how you, like, you're sweaty, like gross, like you're a greasy French fry after working out. You're like, I need a shower. I feel so gross, but, like, you don't want to because you have a huge headache. That's what I felt like for the whole day. And then the thing is, the foster care system is in with Big Pharma. They're in with, like, the whole pills and drugging children. So the pills increase behavioral issues, but are said to be calming and be nice. And we're putting them in with these people who are treating them horribly. And then we have the bad therapists, and then the pill companies. They're all working together to make money off of the suffering of children. Yeah. There's only a few good people who are workers, alright? My first ever worker, whenever she found out that I followed a different religion, and that I was, like, skinny, after I had gone into an argument with my family member, and I got kicked out again, because I was verbally defending myself and almost offed myself, because they were abusing me so bad, verbally, mentally, like, because they didn't dare to hit me, because, like, they hit me one time. Let's just say I hit back and I won. Like, these hands are rated E for everybody. Okay, I don't play. I really don't. Like, don't hit me. That's all I ask you. Like, seriously. Or just don't be rude. Like, why? I don't understand when people are so rude to you, but then when you react back, that's your true colors. That's the real daring coming out. That's you being you. Oh my gosh, you're so scary. I'm so scared. I'm scared. I am scared. You are scared. For no reason. You are pretending to be scared. You are not scared. I am scared. Because I am a child and I am in danger. And I am wondering why my family member is doing this to me right now. Calling the police and throwing themselves against the wall. To be like, oh my god, he's hurting me. And that's how it is with the foster care people. They're like, he talked back to me because he was having boundaries, because he wanted me searching my room constantly and always making fun of him for literally everything. It's so bad. And that's what they sound like. My first foster care house that I was in, they kicked me out because I was whooping their ass in an argument. Because I was standing up for myself because they were bullying me. And then they told me in the car, I feel like I am being bullied. You are bullying me. I'm having boundaries, lady. I am having boundaries. Jeez. You're insane. You are absolutely insane. I don't understand. And you're supposed to be a Jehovah's Witness, which means you're a good Christian person. Also, Jehovah's Witnesses, they don't believe in Jesus. They don't follow him. When Jesus said to, like, be nice to everybody, guess what she was doing? She was being horrible to everybody around her. Like, she did a few good things here and there, but, like, whenever I had down, you could just be nice to me the whole time that I'm there and not make fun of me and be rude to me. And then we could all be fine and hold hands and sing Kumbaya. But no. But no. And then my worker, after this person was being rude to me, my first worker that I trusted after leaving the person who was abusing me and going back to that foster home, they skinny shamed me. I have been this skinny my whole life. And you come home, you come to me after my family member was abusing me, after I almost killed myself, not talking to me for like 3 months, and then you show up, and then you skinny and religion shame me. Because my foster mom brought up that I have a religion that she calls witchcraft, which I claim that title, I guess. Alright, but I prefer saying pagan. And then she was like, I don't want you going down that road. Oh my gosh. Girl, look at the Jehovah's Witness and see what she's doing, bruh. Look at the Jehovah's Witness right there. And look what she says to me on a daily basis. And now look at me. What's my biggest issue? I collect wasp nests and bones. That's what's wrong with me. What's wrong with you? You're a psychopath. What the? And then she abandoned me. She left me. Like, what? The amount of abandonment issues that I already had before that triggered that, or that got triggered by that, I was like, wow. This is like PMO. This is pissing me the fuck off. And I was like, Then when I did get out of foster care, whenever I went to like my second foster home, because they were way cooler. Him and I were cool. Alright, we were cool, but I had some issues with him. He had some issues with me. But it's cool, people. We fist bumped it out. We're cool. And he was found with me not taking my meds. And guess what happened after that? I'm fine. I'm sleeping more, actually, with those sleeping meds. They said it was like hydroxyzine, I think. Or like hydroxyzine Pamine, hydroxyzine something. But I was up. I'm energetic as it is, alright. And I, like, cause I get up at like, I still get up early in the morning, like 6:30 in the morning to get ready. Because we're in a big drive. So yeah. And I was just like, you're not making me take my meds that I didn't want to take in the first place and didn't need, and my therapist says I don't need? Oh my gosh, thank you! But then, whenever I told my doctor, hey, I'm not taking my meds anymore, and I think I'm better off without them, she turns to me and she's like, oh my gosh, you need to start taking your meds, and we're gonna give you a stronger dose. She didn't yell at me, she was like astonished. She was legit in shock that I've not taken my meds for like 6 months. And guess what? I'm fine. I am still medless. I don't ingest any sort of westernized medicine. I can go to my plants for that. Guess what? Blue Lotus and mugwort. That's me sipping tea. Or like, tea like. Oh, there's still Monster in that, heck yeah. The blue one. Got this on Monday. It's good. But I was just like, are you serious? Like, are you dead serious right now? I was like, are you okay? Are you dead? Are you okay? You're freaking out. Over nothing. Over me not taking my meds, which made me insane. The meds were not working. They just made me feel drugged up, and they were making me mad. Like, dude, it's stupid. And then I stopped taking my meds entirely. Like, whenever I moved with my family member who's taking care of me now, they were like, do you want to take your meds? Do you think you need to go on meds again? And I was like, no. And they were like, okay, you're clearly not going to do meds. We're not going to make you do meds because you're a human being and not a fucking guinea pig. It's not that hard to not force pills on children. And people are like, oh, you're over-exaggerating now when you say that. I'm not. I'm really not. I am not whatsoever. Because they'll diagnose you with people who are horrible, biased people. like, if you're, like, different, if you have a different sexuality, if you have a different religion, they will always find and try a way to subjugate you and make you seem like you're mentally ill and that you need, like, therapy. Which, therapy is nice. Therapy helped me a lot. But, like, you need pills. You need horse pills, like the big pills that, like, take forever to go down your throat. You need, like, take 2 chugs of water to get it down. Yeah. That was a trip. Not the good kind. The bad kind. It was really bad. Now, guess what? I don't take any pills anymore. So now I'm done with that. Now it's time to go to the light questions and the fluffy duffy questions. So yeah. And someone asked me, like, some really good questions. I'm gonna go to, like, the ones that are semi-religious. And what holidays do I celebrate? And which one is my least favorite? And what traditional holiday do I celebrate? Okay. Because, like, those are 2 questions. Like, what holidays I celebrate, and, like, the ones I celebrate that are traditional, ones that I celebrate that are pagan, alright? But what holidays do I celebrate? If you could count Hecate's Deathnon as a holiday, I celebrate that. But I celebrate Krampusnacht because I got some German in me, which Krampus is still before the Germans, but still. Krampusnacht every December 5th. I'm starting to do that now. And then we can tie into more horned figures, because I celebrate Walpurgis Night, or May Eve, with Lord Cernunnos. And then I also celebrate Yule Lad Night on the 25th. And then I celebrate Samhain, always. Also, Dia de los Muertos, technically. They're similar in aspect holidays. I usually try to focus on venerating my ancestors, and I do that with Santo Muerte and Hecate, because I worship both of them on Saturdays, and, like, around that time frame, too. But yeah, I love Samhain, because, yeah, that's also one of the only holidays I celebrate. Like, the only, like, traditional holiday that I celebrate is Halloween. So, like, and I love Samhain. So I do celebrate Halloween and Samhain on the same night, because, yeah. I fortunately don't have any room for an ofrenda or, like, an ancestor altar, so, yeah, that's kind of, like, peak. I still try to give offerings, though. And then, I'm probably going to start doing more holidays with, like, Dionysus, because I might start worshiping him. It depends. I don't know. Or any sort of, like, Greek holiday. I only do, like, Greek holidays or Greek Deipnons whenever they fall into a deity that I worship. I still respect the pantheon and, like, the practices, but, like, I only do the ones that, like, the holidays. I only do the ones that are holidays with the gods that I actively worship. So, yeah. For Hecate, that's Hecate's Deipnon, which is not going to be anytime soon, because it's almost a full moon. So, yeah. Can't wait. I don't know what this full moon is. My least favorite holiday is for the 4th of July, okay? I talked about this earlier, okay? Like, the 4th of July, this is why I don't like, but also love the 4th of July. Like, also, like, I'm sorry, but the idea of the 4th of July is stupid. Like, it's not like the whole, like, independence thing, but, like, the fireworks. Because, like, these military vets are traumatized from loud explosives, and we're bringing out really huge, big, bright explosives whenever these military vets are traumatized from sound. So I'm just like, this is stupid. Why are we doing this? This is bad, okay? Like, I like the flashing lights, I like the fireworks, okay? But I'm just like, the military people are probably in their beds like, little Billy, I'm blowing up in front of me. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Yeah, and that's the kind of meds they were putting me on. Those are the meds used to calm those people down, like to from super hyper to like in bed asleep. They were giving me that stuff to like help with my anxiety, which was not that bad. I was just not social at the time. But now I'm a major yapster, as you have heard and seen on this video. That was stupid. Oh my gosh. Because I love the 4th of July, alright. Even though I'm moving out of America ASAP, I want to move to Greece. So yeah. That goes into a question that I also have, so yeah. So my least favorite holiday is the 4th of July, simply because the whole military explosion thingy. That's why. Hmm. And then we have like, what bad habits do I have, and what pet peeves do I have? My pet peeves are so small, but they really get me going. I swear. Like, it's like the simplest things that people call me petty about. I'm like, dude, don't even start with me. Like, my biggest pet peeve is stuff being in the way. I'm sorry, but like, anytime I'm when I'm trying to get somewhere from point A to point B, and there's like a baby gate, or like someone's controller on the floor, or like laundry behind the door, to when you open the door, it bounces back and hits you. Yeah. Don't even. Oh my gosh, I hate that so much. Also, just like living in a house where nobody's quiet and like there's like little privacy. I love where I am right now, but still, like, I just don't like where I can't be having a private life. I just don't like that. Also, one of my biggest pet peeves on it is like people who try to mansplain my religion to me. I don't need to hear you I don't need to hear you talking about the Anunnaki alien theory, which I can make a whole video about that. Oh my gosh, just shut up. You clearly have no idea what you are talking about. Or when people are like, sorcery is the same thing as witchcraft. I'm like, no, it's not. As somebody who's practicing technically both, I'm trying to move more into my sorcery aspects, but that's when I get like my worship Godhead finished, because I'm not done with making it yet. But I'm just like, Or when people are just deliberately disrespectful for no reason, I'm like, it's really not that hard to be a decent human being and leave people alone. And I hate when uneducated people try to mansplain, because it's always men. It's always a man. I have never once had a woman do this to me my entire life, except for my first foster care home, because she's dumb and she hates other women. She thought I thought the women were stupid. I literally was worshiping Hecate, a woman, while living there. But I'm sorry, but it gets so bad. Also, I just love and hate when people try to mansplain me to me, what I practice, what I follow, what I do. I hate when people try to mansplain my religion to me when they don't follow their religion, trying to use their religion. It's stupid. It's always so stupid. It's annoying. Like, I don't need to hear you trying to make the Book of Enoch an accurate source of occult text, just saying. Because if we're talking about the Anunnaki theory, where they're aliens, which that book kind of, like, the people who read the Book of Enoch always are, like, talking about the Anunnaki, which are just the Mesopotamian Godhead. They're not space aliens. Do we need to talk about this? Like, honestly, I'm going to talk about that eventually. So, yeah. That was something. And I just hate when people try to mansplain my religion to me. Also, I hate people who, like, can't wash their bodies. Like, it's not that hard to get soap and scrub between your ass cheeks. It is not that hard. It really isn't. I should be walking into a room and it's smelling like a human septic tank. I literally had to go to the library. Like, my entire group had to go to the library because one of our working rooms was, the air was like so thick. It was so noticeably thick. Like, you could feel it when you walked in, and it smelled like straight dookie doggy water. It felt like swimming in a septic tank. It was gross. Wash your bodies. It's not that hard. Wash your bodies. I swear, it's chemical warfare at this point. Like, wash your bodies. Wash your bodies. It wasn't BO, it wasn't it was straight shit. That is all I smelled. It was so stupid. It's not that hard to wash your body. Or put on deodorant. It's really not. It's really not that bad. It's really not that hard to scrub your ass cheeks. It's not. And it's not gay either to scrub your ass cheeks, stupid men. Just scrub your ass cheeks. It's not that bad. Which then leads me to my second pet peeve. I hate Okay, I don't hate getting bullied for being gay, alright? Which I don't even call myself that because that's not what the ancients called themselves, alright? And I'm following their traditions, not this modern day pansy damsy modern white sage burning Z-Zem pronoun thingy. Oh my gosh. That's gonna get me canceled because people are sensitive. I'm literally purple. I'm purple. I don't have any political beliefs, but I'm purple. If you can put me in a category. Clock that. What the fuck? Alright. But, like, I'm just over here, like, and I don't hate it. I don't hate that people bully me for being gay. I hate that that's what they bully me for. Like, the unoriginality is insane. I literally, like, you can make fun of me for my outfit. You can make fun of me for my jewelry. You can make fun of me for my religion, but you'd be not here with us anymore. Because I'm very defensive about my religion, alright? I don't deal with disrespect about it whatsoever. But you could like make fun of me for eating plants and knowing what certain plants do medicinal wise. You can make fun of me for poking a quinceañera, like it's like when I forgot what it's called. It's not the stem, but like the quinceañera, which I found a real quinceañera. It was really pretty. But like we have the quinceañera flowers and like the purple little like things in the middle, and they're like opening. And I, like, tapped on it, and some sap came out, and I drank it. Some nectar came out. You can make fun of me for doing stuff like that. But you choose to make fun of me for the most basic and generic thing ever. I'm not mad that you're bullying me because I'm gay. I'm mad about your unoriginality. I really am. You could be creative. I could bully you for your double chin. Instead of you being just fat, I could just make fun of just your double chin and nothing else besides you being fat. Like, dude. Or like being ugly, or like having a small I swear, some people look like Who's from Dr. Seuss books, like the live action ones from The Grinch. Which I'm not dissing Dr. Seuss, he's a cool guy, but like the Whoville people, where they're like the faces and they have like the huge mouths, like. People look like that. I could make fun of you for that, like, your whole life. I'm sorry, but your face card does not face carding. But they make fun of my face card. Girly Pop. Don't even. I mog you so hard. Don't even. Girly Pop by Cheddar, I swear. And I also hate when people can't respect boundaries. When I say no the first time of doing anything and you are consistently still trying to do it, alright? Like, I'm not talking about me getting SA'd, but I'm talking about, like, people who have that rapist mentality of, like, no means no the first time. If people are gonna, like, be like, that's so wild. Like, that's how it starts, dude. People not respecting people's boundaries leads to that stuff happening. So when people don't leave me alone the first time I ask for that, they have the rapist mentality. And people are like, oh, well, that's not true. Now I know you're just defending rapists. Sorry. Sorry. But, like, no means no the first time, dude. Like, just respect my boundaries and leave me alone. When I say leave me alone the first time, please. I don't want to take a picture with you. I don't want to dance with you. I don't want to go to the potluck with you. No means no the first time, sweetie. Clock that. Also, I love being gay. Alright, but, like, I hate when people automatically assume that I'm, like, a Starbucks. My phone keeps giving me notifications of it dying soon. But I hate when people are like, oh my god, he's a Fenty Starbucks, like, drag queen superstar, blah, 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 blah. He likes big, buff, black guys, like... I hate people like that. First of all, I'm not a drag queen. The only makeup that I ever wear is lipstick. That is literally it, because I make it to where it looks like my natural lip color. I'm like, scarily good, in my opinion, at making lipstick lips look realistic. I'm scarily good at that for no reason at all, without me even having any training doing it, at all. I'm a perfectionist. I don't just, like, go, like, I, like, get, like, and I do, like, the Cupid spell. I, like, get, like, tip of that, and it's, like, to make the Cupid spell perfect. It's scary. I'll do the Cupid spell first, because then it, like, gives me, like, a good line to, like, go down. So, yeah. And I always get, like, around where it's, like, like where the lip directly ends, so it looks abnormally natural. Okay, in my opinion. This video's a fucking hour long. Goddamn, I'm ranting. I've been ranting for a fucking hour. I'm so proud of myself. But I hate people who are like, oh my god, drag queen superstar. I do love Starbucks though. I do love Starbucks, but it's not my main personality. No, like, and I hate when people are like, oh, he's gay. And it's like, that's like my main personality type, dude. Just because I like dudes, that's literally it. Like, if you ask me if I'm gay, I'll be like, no, I just like dudes. I don't identify as gay. Because I don't. I really don't. I say I am because that's what people understand, because they can't understand the deeper aspect, alright? And like, I'm like, dude, I can't wait to like die and be with the ancient Egyptians who were like respectful towards people like that, and like, you know, gave them certain names that they could go by so I could learn all of this stuff. Yeah. Also, like, me being gay, I hate when people are like, oh, you're gay, don't flirt with me because I'm a dude. And I'm like, you're not my type, I think you are ugly, please leave me alone. They're like, what? Huh? You think I'm unattractive? That hurts my feelings. So I want you to think I'm attractive so I can make fun of you for thinking you're attractive. And I'm just sitting here like, bruh, you're ugly. I don't date pube heads. I hate guys with like the fucking like top curly bird nest haircut. They're ugly. I am so sorry. But if you're a person who likes that, up your fucking standards. Don't even play with me. Like, up your standards. Up your standards. Just do it. Please. And I'm just here like, girl, I'm just like, dude, you do realize that just because I'm gay doesn't mean that I like you? Not every single woman likes you. And you don't like every single woman you see. You probably do because you're probably desperate as fuck. You think I like you. Yeah. Just saying. Because I have standards, okay? My standards are normally high, alright? Which I can talk about that for my dream date, which I'm going to talk about later. That's one of the silly things. Like my dream date wedding. Got my flat one. I have a little carving kit next to me. So that's cool. But yeah, I'm just sitting here like, dude, I don't like you. You're gross. You smell bad. You can't wash your balls. Just get ready. And it also like brings me to a pet peeve of like why people like shame people for being gay. Like, I've always been naturally feminine. I'm not feminine because I'm gay. I have long hair and I'm feminine because I just have long hair and I love my beautiful long hair. This hair is my baby. I can never cut it because it's been with me for so long. I did cut it one time at Great Clips. I did be fucking wrong, man. I looked like the stereotypical lesbian woman for 3 months. For 3 months! Well, because my stupid foster parent was like, I want you to get your hair cut because you look like Justin Bieber. And boys shouldn't have long hair. Girl. I don't understand. And, like, also, big pet peeve, okay? I hate how, like, African parents and African, like, people who are like that are horrible towards people. Like, I'm not trying to be racist, alright? But, like, it's, like, this, like, thing that, like, I hate when marginalized people hate on other marginalized people. Alright? Like, it's really bad. Because, like, we have, like, gay people, trans people hating on ace people. And, like, the straight people hating on the gay people. Like, well, straight people are marginalized. But we have, like, these marginalized groups. You have, like, this Mexican group hating on this Chinese group. Because this, and that, when they're both being marginalized in the area that you're in. And I'm like, can we just, like, band together to, like, tear down the patriarchy? Like, we have, like, all these, like, I just don't understand. Also, especially when they're Jehovah's Witness. I'm like, how are you Jehovah's Witness after what your ancestors went through? Your ancestors didn't learn Christianity through peace. They were put in horrible conditions and forced to read the Bible. Forced. That was the only book they were allowed to learn to read at all. And they made your ancestors into shoes. They made your ancestors into shoes. But like, and I acknowledge that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, because like I had this history teacher who was a black lesbian, which I love black lesbians. I love black lesbians for her and she was like the best teacher I had for talking about slavery because she actually did her job. Like, I don't know how this got to this topic, but, like, she was actually doing her job so well, and she was telling the truth, but, like, the school board threatened to fire her because she was telling the truth. See, I'm just sitting up here like, how can, like, this marginalized group hate on this other marginalized group who was also oppressed and has, like, less rights than the straight Christian white man? Like, I don't understand. I really don't understand. And, like, but I'm like, dude, your cousin has long braids. What are you on about? And I'm like, ugh. What are you on about? Like, he has braids on. And also, I bit my nails, and I got my nails done here and there, acrylics, till I stopped biting them. And then she wouldn't even let me put on, like, the thing. Like, I'm getting high-pitched now, because I'm like, I get like that sometimes whenever I talk. But, like, she didn't even, like, I was like, I want, like, this paste I can put on my nails so I stop biting them. You don't need nail polish, Darian. I'm like, it's not nail polish. Like, I don't care. She'd always interrupt you and then immediately try to fact check you whenever you were in the right. And she wouldn't let you talk. Then she was always like, you never talk to me, Darian. Probably because you're a fucking bitch and I can't ever talk to you because you're being rude. Like, does it not get into your tiny, wrinkly-ass mind? Do you understand? Are you fucking... Do you have dementia? Do you have dementia? Are you okay? Are you dead serious right now? Why are you talking to me? Probably because you're a bad person. Pet peeves. But yeah, like, honestly, I honestly don't understand how, like, marginalized groups can hate on their marginalized groups. That's, like, another huge pet peeve that I have. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, why is this gay person hating on Native Americans specifically? Like, or like, why is this demonology practitioner hating on this voodoo practitioner because they're just black? They're just dark-skinned. I prefer saying dark-skinned instead of black. But, like, you're just hating on them because their skin color. I don't understand how we can hate on people because their skin color. It is melanin. I swear. Y'all are insane. Y'all be mad over people having more melanin than you do. What is tanning, Girly Pop? Because you really want to do that. You realize that when you tan, you get more melanin, right? Are you going to be racist for yourself, dude? Because that makes no sense. The fact that we, like, hate people for, like, things that they can control, like them being gay or having a religion they follow or being a different skin color than us, is genuinely insane. That is genuinely insane. How humanity is so corrupt and so evil nowadays. And we're just over here hating people for having different skin tones, or being blind, or having to wear glasses. Like, it makes no sense. It's so pointless, and there's nothing you get from doing it. It makes no sense. Especially when you're a marginalized person in a marginalized world hating on other marginalized groups. It makes no sense. Like, bro. Alright, but now I'm going to get into my silly questions. Hold on. Okay, I thought my book was missing. I heard somebody moving outside my room. I was like, who is it? Are they going to come in here and bother me when I'm trying to film a video? Okay. I think I have. Okay, so now we're gonna go into silly questions, like my favorite color and my favorite flower and my favorite everything after I just trauma dumped and had my political views said outwards, which could get me canceled. I really don't care. You're just sensitive. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Like, it's really so hard to, like, not offend people nowadays in this country, in this world, because it's either a burly alpha male straight man, Republican Christian worshiping man who thinks that children should be starved, by the way, and won't let people be fed what Jesus said to feed the hungry. I like how I'm saying this, and I know more about the Bible than you do, about Jesus' personality. Just saying. But, like, or it's like someone who's like, I'm a new gen wicked they them Caesar, and I'm offended that you think that cartel members should be deported. And when I say I support some deportation, I only mean for the criminals who are coming in and killing people who are not from this country. I don't care that if you're like some like immigrant farmer who's just trying to, like, get through life, and you just showed up in America out of nowhere. You're like, okay, like, you're not doing anything for the crime rate. You're just being chill. But then there's the cartel member who's, like, not chill. Just get rid of the cartel guy. Also, homeless people. I don't understand why we hate homeless people so much. Like, homeless people have jobs. A lot of them have jobs. Trust. People are like, oh, just get a job. And also, speaking of homelessness and foster care, a lot of homeless people that you will see are ex-foster kids because they didn't have any support. Like, the foster care workers are always like, oh, we're gonna help support you and, like, help you move on. But then they abandon you and then you're homeless. Or they're a military vet. We throw away our military vets and completely discard the children after they're born. Alright, y'all love to protect the kid before it's born, like, but then after it's born and it's actually a baby and it's actually a human, you just don't care anymore. Like it. Oh, hi, Gavin. Sorry, somebody walked in. Okay, I had to pause for a second. Okay, but yeah, like I said, the fact that, like, people are just being so stupid and, like, just not caring toward each other and only caring about, like, the person when either they're not born or they're in military service, sacrificing themselves and their family just to, like, help y'all, then we just discard the people afterwards. It's kind of stupid. Alright, so that's one of my pet peeves. Okay, and then what was I on? I forgot what I was, like, talking about. Like, my favorite stuff. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I can make, like, a video about, like, my political views later on, but I don't have any. I don't subscribe to the government because it's stupid. So yeah. Someone asked me what my favorite article of clothing is. This is one of them. It's my Satanist hoodie that I have with the inverted pentagram. It's, like, really soft. It's made by Blackcraft. Shout out to them because they're really cool. And it's, like, a really, like, nice, thick wool hoodie. Like, I can just wear this by itself, nothing underneath it for a lunchtime, and I'm set. So, yeah. And any sort of thing that has, like my religious symbols and occult symbols on there, and other things, that is very good. Also, my pet peeve thing. I need to go back onto that, because, like, I saw another question for it. But, yes, my favorite article of clothing is that. My favorite color? That's a really hard to figure out one, because that's a question that's down there that I read. My favorite color is, I think, purple, yellow, and black. I don't have, like, a favorite color, really. Like, black is my favorite color to wear. And, like, purple's my favorite color aesthetic-wise. And so is yellow. And so is, like, gray and silver and bronze. But, yeah, I don't have a favorite color. But all those colors are really good. I like all the colors, but, like, I just don't like some colors, I guess. Because I don't like neon colors, because they're kind of gross. Unless they're used properly. Like, I can't stand neon green unless it's in, like, trippy art. Then I can stand neon green. Green and purple, an amazing color combo. That's my favorite color combo ever, is green and purple. Someone asked me what my favorite candy is. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but it's like Carameleos. It's like it's a break-off candy bar, but, like, the whole thing is filled with caramel, and, like, they're so good. It has, like, this beautiful, like, purple wrapping, and my, like, foster person, the first one, like, gave me, like, one of them, and I was like, I'm obsessed. Also, white chocolate and dark chocolate, perfect. I mean, I can't stand milk chocolate, though. I really don't. Like, I'll mess with it when it has caramel in it, but dark chocolate is the best option for me. I love dark chocolate. Everything that is dark chocolate, like the bitter, extra bitter from, like, Madagascar or something like that, pure, unfiltered dark chocolate. Like, my teacher, one time, like, he was, like, my ketchup teacher for my ketchup class. It was academic achievement class. He gave me this beautiful thing of, like, dark chocolate. When I tell you, I was so thankful. I was so thankful. And I like how dark chocolate scratches my throat, kind of. It was pretty nice. Also, orange chocolate. I love orange chocolate. I like the ones that are in a ball. You have to bash against the concrete to like open. It's delicious. I love orange chocolate so much. Anything chocolate, I love. I love chocolate so much. I think someone asked me. Okay. What came to favorite? What's my favorite anime? I think, yeah. Favorite TV show and favorite anime. Alright. My favorite TV show? Oh my gosh, there's so many. I am really obsessed with Smiling Friends right now. Smiling Friends is like the best thing ever. I was watching it with my cousin, okay? And like, he was like, what the hell, dude, is happening the entire time? That's how I am with watching Smiling Friends, I swear. Like, Smiling Friends is like a trip. It's like a trip. It's like what? I'm pretty sure his name was Alan. No, Alan's the big yellow one, I think. It's like when they're on the spaceship. That's the trip that Smiling Friends is. And I love Smiling Friends. It's so chaotic. I watched the first episode with my cousin. And my cousin's like, are they crucifying him right now? And like, I'm just like, yeah, they're crucifying him, dude. And it was scary. And I was watching with my friend one time, and they were like, what the fuck is happening? Because like we were on the episode with the Force Demon, and all we hear is like, ah! And the screaming. And like, what the fuck are we watching, dude? I fucking love Smiling Friends. And then Larva on Netflix, that show is peak. That show is so peak. Like, I didn't like the whole island arc or like any of the movies, but like that show was so peak. It was so chaotic, and I like all like the different all the different seasons kind of all have like a different like area, like in the sewers or in some old lady's house or in the park, and how they're like, like it's just, I love Larva too much. It was so good. Also, any Scooby-Doo series, I'm on What's New Scooby-Doo right now. I love Scooby-Doo. Like everything related to Scooby-Doo, I love it. I don't like any of the newer ones. I usually don't like any of the new variations of anything like that at all. I don't like the newer ones at all. Like, I think Mystery Incorporated was the perfect place to stop Scooby-Doo entirely. Okay? Because then we see, like, the evil tentacle monster at the end, and then they kill it, and everybody's, like, in this nice reality. We could stop there. I didn't like how they did the Hex Girls, though. Like, I forgot Dusk. Yeah, Dusk. My favorite one. I don't like how they did her hair, I think. But it was pretty good. Because she had, like, these huge, big pigtails. I like her classic pigtails that we see in like the good ones. Like when the animation for Scooby-Doo was peak. It's like when Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? That's like the animation style that was absolutely peak. When they had Elvira and how the music and sound sounded like that, and like the original Scooby-Doo show. Yeah, I'm also happy that Elvira got shown in Scooby-Doo. I love Elvira, or I love my sexy Goblin so much. Oh my phone's 5%. Okay. Me charge phone. Hold on. Okay. So going. But yeah, I love the Scooby-Doo series. It's really good. Also, Adventure Time. I fuck with Adventure Time so damn hard. Oh my gosh. Like, I just love, like, the picture of Finn laughing while being covered in this mysterious green fluid. Like, like that meme is so funny. I swear. It's so good. I feel better not die while it's charging. Otherwise, I'll be really upset and die. I'll be so sad. I'm gonna put you in the cauldron that's up next to my tarot card deck. Because this tarot card deck is like standing up by itself entirely. It's a big, strong Goro. In the cauldron you go. Yes, in the cauldron. My incense burner cauldron. I'm already at 7% when I was just at 3%. That's fucking amazing. Okay. But yeah, Adventure Time, I love Adventure Time, okay? Alright, I feel like some of the characters did not give enough attention, but I like how in an episode where we see Sparkle being a horse whisperer. I love Sparkle, okay? Sparkle is it. My favorite character is Marceline. I liked the whole stake arc. The stake arc was like the stake arc was the best arc ever, and I loved it. I loved it so much. I don't like how Finn was like a major player. He's like 10 and Princess Bubblegum's like 1,000 years old. That's not cool at all. But like, dude, Finn was a player. He was a freak. That show was chaotic and I love it so much. And then, what else did I like? I liked a lot of shows. My favorite anime is probably Tokyo Ghoul. I really like Tokyo Ghoul. The anime, there's like some plot holes in the anime. And yeah, I really like Hinami. Hinami is my favorite character. I do like Tokyo Ghoul at all. I love Tokyo Ghoul in all of its sense. And Tokyo Ghoul Re. The entire Tokyo Ghoul series was really good. But I feel like we should have had like more and like seen more of the Kagunes and like everything else and more of Hinami. And I feel like Hinami should have like had like a Kakuja because like she's already like a really powerful character. She's like top 4 characters that are strong. And we should have seen more of her because like her Kagune is overpowered. Alright. So I love Hinami. My favorite characters either Hinami and Rize. I love Hinami and Rize a lot. And my favorite male character is Noro. I love Noro so much. He's so cool. Yeah. And then my favorite, that's like my favorite movie on here too. Hold on. Favorite TV show. No, and there's like nothing else. One person asked me what my favorite toothpaste is. I don't know what it is, but it's a purple one and it's white. It's not white. It's like pearly blue paste, and it's amazing because it actually works on my teeth. Besides all the other chemicals, it's really good. I like it. I don't have like a toothpaste flavor that I like because they're all minty ones, but yeah, I like that one. I guess it's really good. I'm probably gonna go get it. I'm not gonna go get it because that's stupid. My favorite flower, which I didn't like get asked. My favorite flower is I think it's asphodel. Currently, it's asphodel. I really like asphodel. It's really pretty. Whenever I like looked up asphodel, because I was like, asphodel's probably like purple or black. It's beautiful white. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It is poisonous too, so yeah. I'm like a big fan of poisonous plants. I love all poisonous plants, all members of the nightshade family. I love wolfsbane. I love foxglove a lot. And like my favorite tree, I think has to be blackthorn. I just love blackthorn trees the most. And cedar trees. They remind me of home because I'm a shrubland witch. And of course, cedar is very shrubby sometimes. And I love cedar. I love hugging cedar because cedar is cool. And blackthorn is cool because I love doing darker workings, and it's just a cool winter tree. I love blackthorn. Unfortunately, I have no blackthorn product, which I really am sad about. So sad. So sad. And what's my favorite movie and genre of movie? I am a huge horror fan. And my favorite horror movie, it has to be, like, I don't have, like, a favorite, like, horror movie, because, like, there's genres of horror, like how horror is a genre. We have subgenres of horror. But when it comes to, like, slasher films, I love Terrifier. I love Terrifier 2 specifically. I think it's the best one. It's my favorite one. But I also love Sleepy Hollow. I love that movie a lot. Like, also The Village. The Village of Sleepy Hollow is, like, the vibe that I have, because, like, it's, like, in the woods, like, there's, like, branches, like, leaves all over the ground, it's, like, death in the air, and there's magic and scary stuff being involved in. And I actually really like how, like, the Hollow, I think that's how, I like how Sleepy Hollow, like, portrays sorcery and witchcraft, because, like, it's actually somewhat accurate, and, like, not too accurate, but, like, it's Hollywoodized, but still, it's pretty accurate enough, I think, kind of, for necromancy, I think. It's pretty accurate. Well, not too accurate, but still accurate enough to where I'm satisfied with it. Which brings me to this question, what problems do I have with movies that talk about the occult? I think it's like, where is it? Hold on. Favorite item of clothing, hold on. My opinion on occult movies, okay? This is like one thing. My opinion on occult movies is that they are never portrayed accurately. Edgar and Lorraine, whatever their names are. Yeah. I forgot their names. Edgar and Lorraine Warren were scam artists. Okay? Keep that in mind, kids. And the occult is, like, never, ever portrayed accurately. And any of these movies whatsoever. Like the new tarot movie, where it was like supposed to be just scary tarot cards, I was like, ain't no way. This is what y'all think tarot reading is. Like, ooh, I have a card. Ooh, I'm gonna read your horoscope. I'm gonna read your horoscope. I'm going to read your horoscope. Ooh, the Ace of Diamonds. You're gonna fucking die. You're gonna explode and your dog's gonna die too. Because you're a Capricorn. Ah, crystals, crystals, crystals. This crystal's gonna kill you. They're gonna get you. Ah. Also, The Exorcist. I did not like how they slandered Pazuzu's name like that. Pazuzu is not like that at all. Like, Lamassu is, but, like, not Pazuzu. Like, at all. I just don't like how it tries to, like, describe, like, the occult or any sort of ancient religion, because Hollywood never, ever portrays things accurately. Like, one of the only accurate ones that I've seen that's not even from, like, pagan stuff, it's from, like, Solomonic stuff, is the new Nosferatu movie, because, like, he says Strigoi, we see the Romani people, we see, like, sigils of Solomon and certain demons, like Gap, Gremory, and I think maybe Astaroth. I think Astaroth's one of the sigils that we see. And, like, it's somewhat accurate. Like, you're making a deal, you're making a pact, you're giving a sacrifice of some kind, alright? And it's actually pretty decently accurate. And then we see, like, an exorcism scene where he's, like, calling upon, like, angels like Hamael, Jophiel, and, like, I don't know how old angels that he can call upon. But then he calls up Ouroboros and Asmodee as well, who are infernals. And I'm like, oh, this is actually kind of accurate. This is actually kind of peak, not gonna lie. And, like, the whole, like, Greek, like, Vocus Majuke being seen by Nosferatu when he's like, winds, take me, ooh. Then we have, like, the whole thing where, like, she's, like, praying and talking to, like, the spirits, and one shows up and it's like, yep. And how Nosferatu is a revenant, and, like, who was, like, preserved. And we actually see in the original Nosferatu movie where Nosferatu is described as the seed of Belial, as in he's, like, came from Belial. So, yeah. That's what I like about the Nosferatu movies, because they're actually portrayed accurately. Also, The Craft. I think The Craft is pretty accurate, like, a little bit. Like, unlike the religious delusion, which delusionment is the correct term to use, not psychosis, because unless you have psychosis, you've been diagnosed with it, you're not having religious psychosis, you're having religious delusionment, okay? But, like, The Craft definitely went good on that subject. It's not accurate because, like, you can't just summon snakes and lightning bolts at will. That's not how The Craft works. But that movie was, like, really good. I really liked that movie. It was, like, a nice movie that I can watch with the gal pals. Also, The Love Witch. That one had more accurate descriptions in it. It was, like, definitely a movie about, like, the dangers of modern occult. And modern occult is more dangerous than any old occult, just saying. What else? Oh, what do I collect? This goes into, like, a different question, because I'm gonna go into, like, my religious beliefs real quick, I think. No, wait. After this. After this silly question. Someone asked me if I could be a fish, what would I be? A sarcastic fringe head. Deadass. A sarcastic fringe head. Because why not? Like, I like the thing that they do with, like, the mouth and they're, like, fighting, so they're, like, wall, like, they're making out, but, like, because, like, their faces open up like Demogorgons, they're, like, like that, and, like, there's teeth, and, like, it's just scary looking. I love sarcastic fringe heads. I would totally be a sarcastic fringe head if I were a fish. Then someone asked me if I had a superpower, what would it be? The ability to turn people inside out at will by, like, snapping my fingers. Not like, but, like, turning them into, like, a muscle diagram. Kind of like that for biology class. Just, like, muscle diagram. Like Red Skull, kind of. But, like, muscles everywhere. So, like, you're, like, feeling pain. Like that one guy from My Hero Academia, who's, like, the big muscle guy. That guy. But also Red Skull at the same time. And then we have, like, also my other superpower would also probably be teleportation. Like, dude, specifically portal teleportation. I think portal teleportation is the best method of teleportation because you can, like, use the portals to, like, blast things back at people, so that's cool. And then my favorite smell, dragon's blood and frankincense. I love the smell of dragon's blood and frankincense. Also garlic powder. I love garlic powder so much. It smells so good. And lavender. I love lavender. Yeah, frankincense, because like I just love frankincense. It's a very like mercurial, like theology, like theurgy, and like very like magical plant. It's very nice, and it smells good. Dragon's blood, I like. I don't have any like authentic dragon's blood or frankincense resin. All I have is like the incenses and oils, which are not good religiously. Cause like they can be great substitutes, but like I don't like using them in my religious practice because like they're not authentic and genuine. But like dragon's blood and frankincense and like all those other smells smell amazing, and cinnamon too. I like the smell of cinnamon really bad. Like cinnamon brooms, I love them. I love them so much. And then this is like the last question. Wait, hold on. Oh, this is gonna go on to like my religious beliefs probably, but like I'm gonna answer this question first. What's your favorite childhood snack? Cheesecake and anything chocolate. And then what do you collect? So yeah, the what I can collect part is going to be going into more of my religious beliefs too. So yeah. So it's also going to go into like how the occult is like deployed in media. So I collect like a lot of weird things like bones, like this. This is not a human bone, it's a cow bone, I think. But I made it into a sword. Kind of. I'm making it into a sword. And also just like random plants and like shells, bones, crystals, plants, thrifted items. Hobby Lobby is great, by the way. I like going to thrift stores and like collecting old people jewelry. I like collecting like plants and plant medicine, anything that's really pretty. I like collecting horror-based stuff and gothic-based stuff. And like I like thrift store finds. So yes. Like this was a thrift store find from a thrift store, and it was really good. I like collecting specifically like small business jewelry. I got these like earrings from a barber shop, and they are so cute. Oh my gosh, I love them so much. I also got this from our thrift store. I don't know what culture this is from. It was in the African section, I think. So like maybe it's an African like bust of some kind. It could be a wand, possibly. I don't know, or some sort of tool, or some sort of, or maybe it's just a sculpture. I don't know. But those are things I collect besides people's souls. I mean, what? Okay. And then this directly goes into like. Also, someone asked if I draw. No, I don't draw, but I'm working on it. And if I was president, what would I do? I would conjoin America and South America to become a continent country so that we could be unstoppable and have more food for people and have more housing for people. And I would stop homelessness and, end starvation for people who are, especially children who are in the street crying and, like, wanting food. Yeah. And deport criminals and rapists to, like, Alcatraz so they can die. Yay. This goes into like my religious beliefs, okay? This person asked me, are spells real and how dangerous can they be? And, yeah. I say they are pretty real as someone who does practitioner, alright? Who is a practitioner, alright? But they're very much real. Like, the ones I've done, I don't like really calling them spells that much, but, like, that's what they're called. But, like, it's sort of like, they work for me personally, and they've worked for people, like, who do it. Like, spells are quite literally just advanced prayer, so if you believe that prayer works, it works for you. Like, I believe that spells work either way, if you don't believe it or you do believe it or not. It works on anyone, essentially. Some of them can get really dangerous, like, abnormally dangerous, okay? And, like, this is why I'm, like, super big on magic and spirituality, because that's why I believe in it, alright? Because I've seen, like, firsthand how bad it can get, because I've like done a couple of things on people before and they're just like, I'm like, oh, that worked really fast abnormally, like it's like that, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, I didn't tell you to do that. I didn't tell you to take their legs off. I told you to just, like, make them stop bullying people, but okay. So, yeah. And, like, depends on, like, the spell, especially if you're doing ancient sorcery, like, anything from the Greek magical papyri, like, any sort of ancient text, those spells can get, like, abnormally dangerous to do, especially since you are working with the gods directly. Like, any sort of magic that is sorcery or working with the gods is inherently incredibly more dangerous than it is doing by yourself, but at the same time, it's also a lot more protected and safe than doing it by yourself. It's kind of like a thing. But, like, if you're calling upon spirits who aren't friendly with people, like, say spirits who, like, don't like people, or, like, they're, like, a spirit who had a hard time moving on, their alcoholic spirit, and you're trying to call them forth, they can mess you up. And, like, if you do spells wrong, like, if they backfire, like, unjustified curses, like, you'll ruin your life, man. And it can get really, really bad. You can, like, corrupt your own soul, you could die, you could lose loved ones. It can be incredibly dangerous, and, like, I just don't, I don't hop around the bush. These things can and will kill you very quickly and, like, instantaneously. These things can happen, like, in a day if you do them wrong, or, like, if you do them in an improper manner, or you disrespect the gods while calling upon them. It's, like, a really bad idea to, like, do advanced spell work without being protected whatsoever, and that's, like, what you need to do is be protected and, like, be safe, and, like, just don't do anything stupid, and don't slander the gods, because that's how you die. Alright, so yeah. Like, the Selene slander spell, I thought the Selene slander spell was a good thing for a second, then I was like, oh, it's a bad thing. Oh, I'm so sorry. And, like, I was like, okay, it's a bad thing. Don't do the slander spells, you will die. Alright, I didn't do it. Alright, someone saved me before I could, like, do it, so yeah. I don't have that much chance to do it anyway, so yeah. And that brings back to what I can, and then on the topic of collecting things, they asked me, like, how expensive can spell items get, and how rare can they get? They can go from, like, you can pick it up in your backyard to, like, you have to sell both your arms and your kidneys just to know somewhat of a spot where you can at least attempt to find them. Yeah, like, because, like, a lot of stuff I need, the skin of a black donkey to make a Nubian thread, I need lead from a cold water channel, I need copper nails from a sunken ship, I need myrrh ink, a bronze stylus, bronze tripod, bronze cauldron, lots of poisonous plants, I need a lot of magnet, alright, and stuff for the spells that I need, like, personally, are, like, the urine of a toad, like, this is witchcraft now. I was just talking about sorcery stuff, like the pee of a toad, or, like, coffin nails, or, like, yeah, and that stuff can get really expensive, and it's really easy to get scammed half the time. Or, like, mandrake. Mandrake is very hard to find in the US, alright, especially as authentic mandrake. So it can get very, very expensive, and, like, papyrus from Egypt, and water from the River Nile, and, like, ancient Celtic texts, or, like, fossils you want to buy, or statues you can want to buy. It gets very intense when it comes to, like, the buying the products alone, especially also when you have to, like, build things alongside that. That really makes it, like, really hard and expensive to get. And then, this person had, like, a comment, a really big comment, okay. So yeah, that brings me off, like, the thing, and then we have, like, the questions that are, like, my hot takes on certain things. So yeah, they asked if poppets / voodoo dolls. They said voodoo dolls, but I'm gonna say poppets here because they're clearly, like, a little bit uneducated. All right, like, it's a genuine question. All right, it's what some people call it. Now, some people, like, say poppets, some people say voodoo doll, which the voodoo doll isn't actually, like, accurate with hoodoo and voodoo. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I heard somebody who practices voodoo say that. It's not like a documentary, I think. No. But some people do it, I guess. I'm not hoodoo or voodoo, so I wouldn't know. So, like, I don't claim that. So, yeah. They asked if they actually work by using the tag locks to harm somebody. Poppets / dollies they don't work like how Hollywood depicts them. Like, you don't just like poke somebody with a needle in their foot. They're like, oh, my foot is impaled, ow. Or like, you don't pull a Meg and throw your mom across the hallway because you found her old voodoo doll after you shanked her in the stomach with it. So yeah, no, it's not how it works. How it works is by using sympathetic magic, by sort of like creating a tie in a gateway, by physically representing what you want to happen on a spiritual level. This, for an example, there's like this one lady, because like the dolls, like the puppets, they go all the way since back ancient Greece and even deeper than that, but they use symbolic actions. Like, let's say you want to bring your lover back to you, so like you like pierce a heart with a needle to represent the arrow of Eros, the arrow of Cupid, to like pierce their heart so it's only yours. So that's kind of like how it is. Like you get like a pig heart and like jam an arrow through it, and then you see incantation of love and romance. But there's this one lady, alright, I forgot what her name was, but like she's in a story, okay, like her husband's at sea, alright. So she makes like this wax doll of him, and she fills it with copper nails, because copper nails, they attract things, they bring things forth. They are conductive, they conduct power, they conduct strength, and they are associated with Aphrodite and with Venus. So she is nailing in thoughts of love and passion and sexuality into him, and then she's making a wax figurine, and then she throws it into a fire to represent his heart and love melting for her, that he's melting at her feet, and that he is then flamed and engulfed with love and romance and passion. So it's very like symbolic associations put onto a physical scale. So how puppets can be used for that, say I want to like stuff a puppet with thorns in the brain to make somebody feel scatterbrained, I want to attack their mind. Or I want to do a protection puppet, so I surround the puppet with salt, like how you would put someone in a circle of salt. In tag locks, they directly connect the person to the doll, and vice versa. You have to like baptize it here and there. I don't like baptize it, like I just like have that connection, like this is the connection. Whenever I do this doll is gonna happen to this person, so if I stab them in the back, they're gonna get stabbed in the back by their friend, like, or like they're gonna have all these bad things going on inside them. Hot peppers are gonna be in their eyeballs. They're gonna not be able to talk about me at all. It's sympathetic magic. It ranges from like poppet spells to cow tongue spells to all sorts of spells that are related around physical magic. Like with wax dolls, you can only burn wax candles to represent someone's life disintegrating, or like their life coming into you, or like you just like burn away their sickness. It's very symbolic of what it means, and it's sympathetic. So basically it's like saying, oh, like this bindweed, I stuff you with and bind you with this bindweed, install with this bindweed, so now you are bound and you are incapable of doing this thing towards me. That's kind of what it represents. So yeah. And then we have false witchcraft rumors. Ooh, this one's a hot take, okay? So like this goes into like the whole Hollywood being stupid thing, alright? And how it's just dumb. Some really false rumors about witchcraft is like, one, it's new gen, it's not new gen, and two, like, it's all love and light, it's all love and light, pamsy damsy, and like, it's all love and light, like, I'm dating Hermes, and Apollo is my dad, and like, they love each other so much, like, no, honey boo boo pop. That's disrespectful, even me saying that as an example of what y'all be saying. I'm like, not even nowhere near as bad as what people are saying, dude. People are gooning as offerings to the Greek gods. That's miasmic, honey. That's bad. That's like miasma. You're not supposed to do that, honey. And like, it's just really stupid. Like, that like, oh, the gods love us. They're so happy and jolly all the time. No, they're not. They can be happy and jolly and be nice, but if you disrespect them and have hubris, you will get smited. You will get smited, alright? They won't bless you whatsoever at all, okay? So, no, it's not like this modern day spiritual movement, like white sage, aliens are talking to me, my third eye is awakening. A lot of that modern day spirituality, like Wicca, alright? And like the whole egregore, and like, oh my gosh, we need to like burn this like salt to like kill somebody, like let's do this like evil lemon hack, which lemon curses are actually, if they have historical usage and like they were really good, But these people are like, I'm gonna put paprika on this, like, sock that this person had, and they're gonna die. First of all, good pop, paprika has no flavor. It don't, and it does not burn. Can you get their hair, their tampon, and like put nails in it after you put it in a poppet to like get the intention done? Or like, are you gonna do any of that? No, because you're stupid. Okay. And it's like people who like abuse spirituality, and they're like, oh, we talk to aliens, and like we love doing crystal grids and like talking to plants, but never actually harvesting them, and we should never harm anybody. That's stupid. All that is BS, okay? Which directly goes against the ancient beliefs that these, like, modern day, better beliefs were built off of, okay? So, yeah. That's my biggest opinion. Like, that the rumor about witchcraft being a modern day, all love and light spirituality thing is not true. It is not. Alright? You burning your white sage and loving being an alien crystal girl is not you being a witch. It's you being a poser, okay? And a racist, okay? And a white supremacist, just saying, and a Nazi, so yeah. That's all the things you're being right now, trust. And, like, whenever, like, and it's also, like, whenever, like, people who do the actual, like, craft stuff, they're like, oh, that's evil, that's devil worship, like, me making, like, a bone sword for my religious beliefs, my practice personally, people like, oh, the modern day spiritual bam jambas are like, that's demonic, that's so bad, that's not love and light. That's what the ancients were doing. You realize that animists use bones, and they've been using bones for like a while. So like whenever I use like bones or I do dark magic, and people are like, oh, that's not what they would have done, or like, that's a bad thing. And just look back in time and just realize, oh, they were doing that very frequently, actually. Just saying. The stuff like the Greeks would curse their neighbors over is insane. Just saying. Like, oh my gosh. That's not your lover, that's my lover. I'm gonna fiction and summon a infernal dead person to go and harass you until you die. Or love me. Yeah. Also, the only reason why I love magic is a bad thing is because misogyny, just saying. Alright. It's not because, like, oh, people like that, because it's unconsensual, it's not bad, it's bad, it's horrible, you can't do that to somebody, but then they'll curse somebody. Girl. That's why love magic is inherently baneful magic, just saying. So, yeah. Some other false ones is that, like, oh, you can be Christian and be a witch, or be an atheist and be a witch. No, you can't. I'm sorry, but you can't. Like, first of all, being a Christian witch, like, girl, especially when they're calling up other gods from other pantheons and saying, oh, well, these are just the servants to my god. That's a girly pop. That's how you die. Oh my gosh, don't slander the gods like that. First of all, it says in the Bible to not worship more than one god. Girly pop, okay. And then by you saying, oh, they're just like servants and like the god that I'm worshiping lets us connect to them. Girl. You're stupid. That's so contradictory and so dumb. Don't even. I hate people like that. And like, I hate like, oh, I hate people like, oh, you can have altars of like gods that like each other together. No, you can't. If I started worshiping Lamashtu and Pazuzu at the same time on the same altar, Pazuzu would hand his ass to me. Like, would hand my ass to me, not like that. I was thinking about him, so I was like, yeah, I know. But like, Pazuzu would hand my ass to me. Like, what the fuck are you doing worshiping Lamashtu on my altar, bro? Like, it's simple, like, have respect for ancient gods and, like, not do stupid shit like that. Just to, like, you know, because you think it's good. Or, like, the keyboard method. Don't even get me started on that bullshit, bro. And I hear people like, oh, balancing rods and pendulums are modern day. No, they're not. These things, like, the traditional way they are now, well, not traditional, but still, the way they are now is not how accurately they were back in the ancient times, but these guys are pretty dang old. They're pretty dang old. Pendulums are older, too, and so are dice. Dice divination is also very, very old, too. Tarot card reading is actually, like, pretty modern and stuff like that, and it kind of came from, like, it could have come from prayer cards, I think, I don't know. Also, crystals are also not modern day as well. They have usage since the start of Mesopotamia. So yeah. I hate when people are like, oh, that's modern day, but it's not modern day. Or like they acknowledge the fact that it's old, but then they call it modern day. It's just stupid. Alright. So those are some misconceptions that I've heard about and that I will clear up on. So yeah, crystals being New Age, not a thing. Crystals are pretty old, and so are statues being pendulums, alright? However, you worshipping Hatsune Miku is not valid. I am sorry. Egregores, and thought forms are not a fucking thing. Just saying. You are having a delusionment, alright? Not spiritual psychosis, okay? Because psychosis, you have to be diagnosed with psychosis to have psychosis, girly pop. It's a delusion, alright? And no, you do not have Cherokee Indian ancestors that were princesses. Your uncle or your aunt or like whatever person lied to you, they lied to you. You are white. Please accept that. And if you're gonna try to like appropriate Native American culture, don't try, please. Unless you're trying like me and you're trying to be respectful and learn about Native culture because you're living in America and you realize, oh, these people are marginalized and they probably like I probably need to like learn things about them so I can better understand their culture and what's happening with them. And have a general, like, good relationship with them because they're people who deserve a good relationship. Like, girly pop, your ancestors were not Native Americans. They were colonizers that ate people. Just saying. Also, another misconception about witchcraft. Alright, which, I wasn't, like, talking about, like, Native American with witchcraft. I was talking about, like, the whole, like, because Native Americans are spiritual and they have a religion, so yeah. Also, I want to talk about how the Salem witch trials, first of all, were not accurate. They weren't burned in the Salem witch trials. They were burned in Europe, not ever in America. They were largely hung. They were hung like that. So yeah, they were never burned. So if you're like, oh, we're the daughters of the witches who didn't burn. First of all, y'all are the daughters of the snitches who ratted out innocent women and children to be killed and burned because you didn't like them. Let that sink in. Well, you're also saying you're like the descendant of a Cherokee princess, so you can burn white sage and appropriate Native culture. Girly pop. Don't eat it with me, please. That's stupid. This video's almost like 2 hours long. I'm gonna end it pretty soon. Around like probably like around like 1:55. It's already 1:52, so 3 minutes left. But yeah, that's like all I have really. I got like the entire list done. I love being a major yapper, and I thank you all for watching very, 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 very much. Alright, don't be stupid, alright, and have fun, okay? But yeah, all those, I can make more videos about the misconceptions of spirituality and paganism on a later video. All of these could have been put on later videos, but I want to do a Q&A so that y'all know my opinions and what I like, what I do, who I am. Yep, I'm Darian Sean Murrow. I am a pagan practitioner. Alright, I am a Greco-Egyptian, Celto-Mesopotamo-Goetic pagan practitioner, which means I worship Greek, Egyptian, Celtic, Mesopotamian, and infernal Goetic spirits. And I am a homosexual man. I don't identify as gay. Alright, my favorite color is black and purple. My favorite flower is asphodel, and I love cheesecake. And I'm happy to be who I am all day, every day. I'm a shrubland witch, and I love that stuff about me. And I love being a weirdo who talks about weird stuff all the time. And thank you all for watching. Goodbye.